Coming from the Associated Press, Trump made an example of Springfield during the campaign. Immigrants there are bracing for the worst. They're afraid the mass deportations are going to start in Springfield, said one local advocate. They think they're going to make Springfield the example. In all technicality, they already did. Donald Trump sent this central Ohio city into a political tailspin when he falsely claimed during the presidential campaign that Haitian migrants here were eating residents' pets and destroying their way of life. The only one destroying anybody's way of life is Trump. Then Trump won. And now, as a snowy January squall whipped through Springfield's quiet streets, the Haitians still here are hunkering down and preparing for the worst. They're afraid the mass deportations are going to start in Springfield, said Marjorie Kowalski, a Haitian-American Springfield resident of 20 years and self-proclaimed mama or auntie to the new arrivals. They think they're going to make Springfield the example. Immigration groups across the country are bracing for the mass deportations Trump pledged to start on day one, expecting that he'll send a strong message that the border will be sealed and that undocumented immigrants living in the U.S. will not be safe from deportation. Hours after he was sworn into office on Monday, Trump signed a wave of far-reaching executive orders bringing back the hardline immigration policies from his first term and extending them, making good on campaign promises to militarize a nationwide deportation operation and end birthright citizenship. Interesting, the campaign promises he made that he actually puts energy and effort into. The White House press office did not respond to a request for comment. Of course they didn't. Ahead of Inauguration Day, immigration groups nationwide have been preparing with the working assumption that he would quickly enact sweeping policies that it could include travel bans, extreme vetting, and his campaign pledge of executing the largest mass deportation operation in American history. I know when we should have had a mass deportation in U.S. history. You know, when those first waves of colonizers came over here. But you know what they say about hindsight. The administration is looking for some big splash right away. That's what they campaigned on. And they want to show that they are making good on campaign promises. A few campaign promises. Not all of them. Not the ones that would actually benefit the people. You know, why help the people? Jenny Murray, the president and CEO of the National Immigration Forum, a center-right immigration advocacy nonprofit, said in an interview last week. What that means for migrants in Springfield is still unclear. About 15,000 Haitian migrants have settled here in recent years under a program that grants a temporary protected immigration status to individuals from countries the U.S. considers especially dangerous, including Haiti. In a New York Times op-ed in September, Ohio's Republican Governor Mike DeWine emphasized, they are there legally. They are there to work and have contributed to the resurgence in manufacturing and job creation in the town, which had economically stagnated since the 1980s. Now, Mike DeWine recently has been telling the truth. That's because he can't run again. He's capped out as far as terms. Isn't it funny that when they're at the end of their ability to be in power, all of a sudden talking points don't matter so much and the truth comes out? Additionally, for anybody that comes around here saying that, oh, these migrants took American jobs, the people didn't want the jobs. That's why the migrants are there. They keep selling you the dog whistle that people from outside the United States are coming in stealing all of these profitable jobs. No, they're taking integral positions that people from the United States feel are beneath them. People at an average of a 5th grade reading level are really getting hoity-toity about jobs that they need to survive. Let that sink in. But since Trump elevated the online conspiracy theory that Haitians were eating the pets to the national stage during his debate with Vice President Kamala Harris, many of the Haitians here have been lying low. Brandon Sipes, who works as a human advisor for Nazarene Compassionate Ministries, estimated that 20 to 30 Haitians used to attend his local church every Sunday. After Trump's comments and the ensuing debacle, Sipes said the number just bottomed out. The few families that would come to church, they were very afraid, he said. Some of the migrants have already moved away, local advocates say, finding work in bigger cities like Dayton, Columbus, and Chicago, where they feel they can better blend in. Kowaleski said she's acted as a travel agent in recent months, helping some of the migrants here make arrangements to move elsewhere in the U.S. or securing visas to other countries. Y'all gonna fuck around and find out real hard. You're gonna find out the extreme hard way how much this melting pot of the globe relies on other people willing to work and contribute to our economy and contribute to social programs. This is very hard mentally because at some points in time, people were afraid to come out or to go to groceries or to go shopping or anything, says Viles Dursainville, my apologies for any mispronouncing, who leads the local Haitian Community Help and Support Center. That rhetoric was so negative that some folks in town left because they could not put up with all that pressure. Still, Dursainville said it hasn't been a mass exodus. Though there are no readily available statistics, thousands of Haitian migrants likely remain in Springfield, and the center is preparing them for Trump to take office. All that I do in the organization is get folks ready for anything that might happen for them to know what to do, to know their rights, and to have a plan, Dursainville said. That includes legal training for what to do if immigration and customs enforcement officers come to their home. Kowaleski said she tells community members to keep their immigration papers on them at all times, as well as digital copies in case the ICE agents rip them, and make arrangements for the possibility that parents will be separated from their children. It's giving black codes. I don't know how many times you all have to be told that when you refuse to learn accurate history, you are destined and condemned to repeat it as it grows and gets stronger and gets better each time it comes back around. I think during the first round, we were also shell-shocked, like, this must be just an anomaly, a mistake. What is going on? This isn't the values of our country, said Angie Plummer, who runs Community Refugee and Immigration Services, a nonprofit that resettles and supports refugees and immigrants in Central Ohio. But this time, I think, we're more realistic about it. We have plans in place. This is indubitably what this country is based upon. These are the values of the country. Because this is a country that still believes that it is entirely white-owned. One of those plans, Plummer said, is that the organization has been trying to receive as many people as possible before the inauguration, cautioning that resettlement numbers may go to zero once Trump takes office. Not far from Springfield, as a health aide, Rhoda Yakub, my apologies for any mispronunciations, into the arrivals concourse of the John Glenn Columbus International Airport last week. Daka Alihashi ran to embrace the sister she'd never met. Alihashi, 24, had moved to Ohio from Somalia with her family in 2013, and they had filed an application right away for Yakub, 28, to join them. That was over a decade ago. 11 years of paperwork and security vetting and medical issues, and mostly waiting. Y'all need to get it through your head. Nobody is given citizenship like that. Well, except if you have a certain bank account and a certain complexion. Today is the day that she's finally here, Alihashi said. I'm really so excited to renew with my big sister I've never seen before, hug her, make her feel like she's welcomed here. Behind her, about a dozen others waited to receive their family members, gathering with flowers and flags under an airport sign that read, "Live to create opportunity. The lies we tell others and ourselves regarding this country. There was a sense that they had arrived in the nick of time. She beat before he got to the White House, said Fatuma Abdi, a friend of Ali Hashi who had come to support Ali Hashi, nodded. It was all a part of God's plan. And now we are a nation forced to prepare for the Heritage Foundation's plan to once and for all whitewash and poor wash this nation. Re-listen to the last thing I said.